Hey everyone, it is Alissa from Planet Alissa. I am coming to you on a very hot day from my non-air conditioned apartment. I do have the window open, so we're probably going to hear some cars and trucks going by, but anyway, I turned the fan off, so hopefully I don't melt on camera here. Anyway, I did have a surprisingly good week on Etsy. I did meet my sales goal, sold 9 items for a total of $229. And to me, that's pretty amazing on a week that was kind of chaotic and weird. First of all, we had a holiday weekend in there, and it's the kind of holiday weekend that's usually like a slower weekend because of July 4th weekend. People are out having cookouts or going to the beach or whatever it is that they're doing. Usually not a weekend that people are buying a lot of stuff online, and I didn't sell a lot of stuff over the weekend. But the other problem is that Etsy had a little technical issue this week. It started over the weekend. It persisted through the week. I think, hopefully, it's fixed now, but I'm not even sure. Anyway, this happened once before. They blamed their payment processing software, so that maybe it's fault. I don't know, maybe on Etsy's end, who knows. But what would happen is orders would come in and be in processing and wouldn't clear. And so you couldn't send out the item until it had officially processed, and it was taking a long time for stuff to process. So I had at least 3 orders that were affected by this. Now the one was something that sold on Sunday, and by the time Tuesday rolled around and I could ship it out, it had cleared. But another item that sold shortly after that on Sunday, it didn't make it through the processing queue until Thursday. And I had another item that sold, I think, on Tuesday and didn't get processed through until Thursday. So kind of annoying. I mean, Etsy did send emails to the buyers letting them know what was going on. I sent emails to the buyers whose items were being held up just so they knew what was going on, and they were very nice and understanding about it. Now, the last order that I received was the first, that went through, and it didn't go through right away. I did get like a processing email, but then like 2 minutes later I got an email that sold. So it looks like it's pretty much fixed now, let's hope, because that was annoying. So, with all that going on, A, I wasn't listing new stuff. B, people couldn't even place orders. I heard, that it was like denying credit cards and stuff like that, even when the credit card was fine, just because there was this whole issue going on. So, pretty amazing that I actually managed to reach my sales goal this week. Didn't sell too many items, but sold some higher value items, so that was good. And I'll go ahead and show you each of the items that sold before I melt, and how much each one sold for. Keep in mind the price you see is just the price, it's just the price the buyer paid for the item. Doesn't include any fees that I paid to Etsy. Doesn't include the shipping fees that the buyer paid, and the fees I paid to purchase the item. And normally I would show you the shop stats, but I forgot to do a screenshot of them, so I don't have those for you. But here's what sold this week. Okay, the first item that I sold this week was this vintage record player. It sold for $30. Now this is just place 45, as you can tell there. There was one of those trucks outside. Now this record player did have some issues. I tried testing it. It did not seem to be working right. It wasn't spinning properly, so I sold this in as-is condition. If it was working, it would have gone for more money. And this one I actually kind of made a deal with the buyer. I had it listed for $30, but I knocked some off the shipping price, so ate some of the shipping cost, and so sold it for, I think, like a grand total of $35. But I was happy to do that. He was taking a chance on this, figure out if he could, I guess, use it for parts or try to get it working. And something I picked up at an auction a while ago and just got around to listing. This was a set of 3 different kids playing card games, sold for $12. I think it had like Snap and Crazy Eights and maybe Old Maid, I don't remember, but those kind of games for kids. I think they're all from Whitman, and I do believe they were all complete. But fun, vintage, colorful illustrations there. I think I picked these up at a rummage sale. Sold some stuff from the clearance section of my shop, including this set of spice jars and a rack, sold for $50. I originally had it priced at $100 and it hadn't sold. I had this for such a long time. I bought this at a thrift store. And, I priced it high because it was pretty cool. I paid a decent amount for it. These were milk glass jars with metal lids on a metal rack. The maker was Tip City, I believe. Anyway, I just thought this was really cool. This was one of these items that got like favorited a lot, but I guess the price was just a little too high at 100, but it sold at 50, so happy to have it finally go. And I saw another clearance section item, this vintage pin or brooch sold for $7, shaped like a leaf. Jovan, I think, was the maker on it. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'm not even sure. But this was actually somebody who watches my videos and sent a nice little note with her purchase. And again, this is something I've had so long, I don't even remember where I picked this one up. And sold a rotary telephone this week for $40. This was a tested one. It did work. It's just a very basic cream or ivory color. And oh boy, where did I get this? I've gotten so many phones that I really don't remember. I'm thinking thrift store, but I could be wrong on that. And here's the third and last clearance section item that I sold. This was the first item that got caught in that whole processing snafu. This sold for $5. Originally had it priced at $10 and, marked it down to $5. It's a little trinket dish in the shape of a butterfly. It was a souvenir from Hawaii, so it says Hawaii at the top. And I think I picked this up at a rummage sale a long time ago. And this is a wooden cheese box from Kraft, sold for $15. And I picked this up at a barn sale a long time ago. I know I've had this a while because I've actually used it as a prop in some of the photos that I've taken, because it has like a nice, worn natural wood look to it if you take it on the side that doesn't have the printing on it anyway. But yeah, this is something, again, I've had a long time, but I didn't mark this down on clearance because I kind of liked it. And I sold this vintage fabric, really adorable with the different animals there in little outfits. There's cats, there's dogs, there's bunnies, all kinds of things. Sold this for $30. This was actually 3 yards worth of fabric. And I bought this at a thrift store. I kind of debated keeping it for myself because it was so cute and thought maybe I could make something out of it. But I decided to sell it because I didn't really have any immediate projects in mind for it. And I also have a lot of fabric that's waiting to be sewn. So it was time to let this one go. And finally this week I sold these vintage ladies eyeglasses for $40. Windsor was the name on them, and they do have prescription lenses in them, so they were sold as the frames. Nice big oversized ones, probably from the 1980s, maybe late 1970s. And I picked these up at a thrift store not too long ago. This was my only international sale of the week. These are actually going off to England. I was wondering, with everything going on over there, if sales from England would slow down with, their currency and kind of a state and all that. But did sell something to England this week, so we'll see. Thank you everyone for watching. I put out these videos every week showing the different vintage items that I sell in my vintage Etsy shop, Planet Alissa, and then try to get some other videos out on selling online and stuff. Maybe have another video for you soon. I'm not sure. Working on some stuff. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have a great weekend and sell some stuff or find some treasures out there, and I'll see you again soon. Happy selling, everyone!